Hey Steelers fans, welcome back. If you thought the past couple of weeks had you riding a roller coaster of emotions, you're not alone. There's been so much reason to feel both optimistic and hesitant. And yet, despite everything, there's a force quietly shaping the narrative for this team that might not be immediately obvious. It's the kind of factor that doesn't show up on stat sheets or historical charts, but still carries a weight that influences every snap, every decision, every drive that this squad embarks on. What we're seeing now in Pittsburgh isn't just the outcome of plays or a lucky streak. It's the presence of a quarterback whose impact goes far beyond numbers. The man commanding this offense isn't just a seasoned veteran. He's a living, breathing embodiment of experience meeting opportunity at exactly the right time. You can analyze his age, celebrate his efficiency, talk about the yardage, the touchdowns, the near-perfect completion rates. But all of that only tells part of the story. The real story lies in what it feels like to watch him operate, to witness the subtle, almost instinctual choices he makes that elevate everyone around him. Every throw, every glance downfield, every decision under pressure is a reminder that this is more than skill. It's authority, leadership, and intuition rolled into one. Over the past 2 weeks, the numbers alone have been astounding. When you add it up, you get a quarterback who has been delivering at a level almost unheard of for someone in his 40s. But the context here matters more than the records. It's not about being the oldest, the most experienced, or even the most statistically impressive. It's about the tangible effect that radiates across the field. His teammates feel it, the coaching staff feels it, and every opponent is forced to recognize it. What he brings is a sense of calm precision and strategic dominance. The kind of presence that allows a team to operate at a level beyond their raw talent. You see it in the way the Steelers approach their game plan, the way they execute under pressure, and the confidence with which they handle adversity. Moments that would crumble lesser teams become opportunities to shine because there's a steady hand at the center guiding them. This quarterback doesn't just throw the ball. He manages the game, reads the flow of every play, and positions his team to maximize every advantage, whether it's timing, spacing, or exploiting mismatches. And it's not only his technical mastery that matters. It's the aura he brings, the reassurance that comes with knowing there's someone on the field who has been through every scenario imaginable and thrived. Take, for instance, the recent matchup against Miami. On paper, the plays looked clean, efficient, and precise, but the true brilliance was in the nuance. The throws weren't just accurate. They were intelligent, carefully threaded through impossibly small windows where timing and awareness were everything. His receiver caught the ball amid converging defenders, a testament not only to the athlete's skill, but to the quarterback's vision and trust in his teammates. It's these kinds of moments that highlight why his influence goes far beyond statistics. He sets a tone for the offense, instills confidence in the young players, and brings out the best in everyone around him. Even subtle decisions, like choosing when to trust a running back or when to execute a short misdirection, reflect a deep understanding of the game and the rhythm of his team. That kind of insight can't be taught. It's earned through years of experience, countless high-pressure situations, and the ability to remain composed when everything is on the line. It's that kind of leadership that turns a good team into a cohesive, adaptable, and dangerous unit. And let's not overlook the culture he's shaping within the locker room. While his on-field performance is undeniably impressive, the respect and commitment he commands off the field are just as significant. Young players notice when he speaks up, when he highlights the efforts of teammates, and when he leads by example rather than by mere instruction. The attention he gives to even subtle details, like recognizing contributions that might go unnoticed in the broader spotlight, sends a message. Effort matters, preparation matters, and your role is valued. That ripple effect strengthens the collective, boosting morale, enhancing focus, and cultivating an environment where every player knows the stakes but also understands the pathway to success. It's a form of mentorship that transcends traditional coaching, where influence is not enforced but earned, and respect is mutual. When you combine that leadership with the ability to deliver in clutch moments, you create a synergy that changes the trajectory of a team as the season reaches its most critical stages. Every week, as the margin for error narrows, having a quarterback of this caliber on your roster isn't just beneficial, it's transformative. On the field, it's clear that his decision-making isn't about trying to outshine his own legacy or relive past glory. He isn't attempting to overcomplicate things or chase highlight reel moments. He's focused on control, efficiency, and positioning his teammates for success. The offense moves like a well-oiled machine, balancing the running game with calculated aerial attacks, and he distributes opportunities across the board, ensuring multiple players contribute and gain confidence. Even when facing pressure, his composure allows the team to absorb and redirect challenges rather than succumb to them. Sacks, near misses, and defensive pressure are met with calculated responses rather than panic, and the offensive line, receivers, and skill players all benefit from the trust and anticipation he fosters. The Dolphins, a team ranked solidly in the league for pass rush, were effectively neutralized on the most critical plays, a testament to both the quarterback's poise and the execution of his teammates. Every snap, every adjustment, every audible reflects a mind that understands both the big picture and the intricate details, and the results speak for themselves. Beyond the tactical brilliance, the narrative this quarterback is creating resonates with anyone who follows the Steelers closely. It's about timing, legacy, and impact. He's not just playing games. He's shaping the season, guiding the team through moments that define their identity, and ensuring that as they move closer to the playoffs, they do so with a mindset built on experience, trust, and adaptability. The strategies, the throws, the reads, they all converge into something that's as much about psychology as it is about physicality. Young players see it, veteran players respect it, and opponents are forced to adjust in ways that play directly into Pittsburgh's strengths. It's a cycle of influence that amplifies with each snap, each series, each critical conversion. The offense moves fluidly, penalties are minimized, and every player is operating with the confidence that comes from having a quarterback who knows the game inside and out. And it's not just about what he does on the field. It's how his presence changes the way the team prepares, practices, and reacts. Each week, plays are adapted not to compensate for weaknesses, but to capitalize on strengths. The tempo, the choices in motion, the timing of play calls, they all reflect a quarterback who can feel the pulse of the game and respond in real time. He empowers the coaching staff to think bigger, the players to push harder, and the entire team to operate as a synchronized unit rather than a collection of individuals. The stakes are higher than ever, and the margin for error is narrow, yet this is exactly where his experience is invaluable. Every subtle nod, glance, or signal communicates volumes to those around him, creating a level of cohesion and understanding that is difficult to quantify but impossible to ignore. As the season progresses, the influence of a quarterback like this becomes even more pronounced. Each game isn't just another contest. It's a chance to cement momentum, to reinforce habits, and to shape the psyche of a team that knows the playoffs are no longer a distant goal, but an imminent reality. The subtle nuances in his play extend far beyond yardage and completions. They touch every aspect of how the Steelers approach football. He sets the tempo, not just through the pace of the game, but through the precision of his reads, the timing of his decisions, and the quiet confidence that permeates every snap. Opposing defenses may come in expecting patterns, schemes, or tendencies, but he has a way of forcing them to react instead of dictate. That ability to maintain control over a game while remaining adaptable is the hallmark of elite leadership, and it's what separates teams that merely participate in December from teams that thrive in it. The aura of experience he brings doesn't just affect the offense. It elevates the entire squad, pushing everyone to match his intensity, awareness, and resilience. Watching the way he commands the huddle is a lesson in leadership in itself. There's a blend of respect, authority, and approachability that makes his teammates instinctively trust him, not because they are told to, but because they feel the commitment he brings every day, on and off the field. When he speaks about the contributions of others, whether it's a young running back quietly excelling on a one-year deal or a receiver stepping up in a critical moment, it isn't empty praise. It's a recognition of effort, skill, and dedication, and it fuels a culture where accountability and excellence are expected. That attention to detail carries over to every aspect of practice and game preparation, creating a feedback loop where performance drives preparation and preparation drives confidence. Even players who are new to the system quickly understand the unspoken rules. Effort is rewarded, discipline matters, and no situation is too complex to navigate when everyone is aligned under the same leadership. That cohesion isn't manufactured. It's cultivated over years, nurtured by someone who has experienced both the triumphs and the disappointments at the highest levels of the sport. On the field, the strategic sophistication he brings is staggering. Each throw, each decision, each audible is carefully calculated, blending instinct with preparation. Against Miami, for example, the precision of his passes into tight windows wasn't merely a display of arm strength or timing. It was a demonstration of football intelligence at its peak. The ball didn't just find its target. It found the optimal target, considering coverage angles, receiver positioning, and defensive tendencies in real time. That's the type of awareness that doesn't just create plays. It creates opportunities for sustained drives, for setting the tone of a game, and for maintaining control over the tempo of critical situations. The way he balances risk and reward, aggression and caution, makes the offense unpredictable yet remarkably efficient. Defenses that face him must account for everything at once: the threat of the pass, the potential run, the misdirection, and the subtle cues that signal adjustments. He turns complexity into simplicity for his teammates, giving them the freedom to execute without hesitation because they know he has already accounted for what they cannot see. Beyond the X's and O's, the psychological impact of his presence is undeniable. Young players, in particular, respond to his leadership by elevating their own game. There's a sense of security that comes with knowing a quarterback of his caliber is in control, making calculated decisions that minimize risk while maximizing potential gains. Every snap becomes an opportunity to build confidence, to reinforce technique, and to develop a deeper understanding of the game. The offensive line gains composure, knowing he can read pressure and adjust on the fly. Receivers operate with increased precision, anticipating his decisions and adjusting routes with a shared awareness that comes from experience. Even special teams and secondary units benefit indirectly, as the overall confidence of the team radiates outward, affecting communication, situational awareness, and focus. It's a ripple effect, subtle yet powerful, and it's part of what makes having a quarterback with this level of experience and insight invaluable in the closing weeks of the season. His approach to situational football is another dimension of his mastery. Clock management, game tempo, down and distance decisions, and third and long scenarios are all handled with a mix of intuition and calculation that only comes from decades of high-level play. In critical moments, he doesn't panic. He doesn't overcompensate. Instead, he processes the information, assesses the options, and executes the play that gives the team the highest probability of success. It's an approach that allows the Steelers to remain composed under pressure, to exploit defensive tendencies, and to create opportunities for explosive plays when they are most needed. The precision and calm he exhibits under these conditions also have a cascading effect on the coaching staff, who can design and call plays with the confidence that their quarterback will execute with clarity and efficiency. It's a rare synergy, one that turns potential pressure into strategic advantage, and one that positions the team to perform at its peak when the stakes are at their highest. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling around Pittsburgh as the NFL world watches the Steelers with heightened concern. Reports suggest that T.J. Watt, the franchise's defensive cornerstone, might be considering a departure, a scenario that could send shockwaves through the Steel City. Watt, known for his relentless pressure on quarterbacks and his leadership on and off the field, has been the heart of Pittsburgh's defense, and his potential exit has fans and analysts alike speculating about the team's future. Adding fuel to the fire, veteran lineman Cameron Hayward, a stalwart presence for over a decade, is also reportedly weighing options that could lead to an unexpected shift in the roster. The mere possibility of losing two of its defensive anchors has sparked whispers of a looming crisis within the organization. Steelers supporters, long accustomed to stability and toughness on defense, are suddenly confronted with uncertainty. Questions abound. Can the team maintain its identity without what's explosiveness? How will the leadership void left by Hayward affect the locker room dynamics? Pittsburgh's front office is said to be exploring all avenues to retain its stars, but contract negotiations in the NFL can be notoriously complex, and the pressure is mounting. Insiders suggest that this speculation could trigger a domino effect across the league. Rival teams are reportedly keeping a close eye on Pittsburgh, aware that a shift in the Steelers' defensive core could open opportunities for free agent acquisitions and trade maneuvers. Meanwhile, fans are bracing for the potential upheaval, flooding social media with debates, predictions, and calls for the franchise to act decisively. Analysts note that losing either player would be a seismic event, but losing both could force Pittsburgh into a period of rebuilding sooner than anyone anticipated. While nothing has been confirmed, the mere rumors of T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward considering exits have cast a shadow over Heinz Field. The Steelers, a team synonymous with grit, defense, and consistency, might be facing one of the most pivotal crossroads in recent memory. As whispers turn into speculation and speculation flirts with possibility, Pittsburgh holds its breath, hoping that its defensive heart can beat strong for seasons to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.